I'm Alison Whittaker. I'm a Gamilaroi woman and I go to UTS in Sydney. And I did an internship at Allen's in winter 2012. I'm in second year at uni. No, I didn't actually want to do law until the Indigenous department sent me a letter saying that they offered an entry program for law, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll give it a shot, because I was generally considered to be a high achiever in my school, and people were always asking me, are you going to do law? And it was the first time it was ever really presented to me that I could do law, so I gave it a shot and I got in, and I've just been going ever since. I think the first thing you've got to realise about law, especially studying law, is that it's hard and it's confronting, and especially when you're an Indigenous student studying law, it's quite confronting often, the amount of ignorance you'll confront in your day-to-day life. Fortunately at Allen's that hasn't really come up, which is really nice. But yeah, law school is not an easy ride, and law in itself is not an easy ride. It's not a 9-to-5 job, and I think I entered law school with that perception, and as a result I was really overwhelmed. So I think if you choose law, you have to be committed to the fact that you're in for the long haul, and it's a very, very long haul. That it's going to be easy, and that studying law, that all you're going to be studying is social justice. Like, there are the boring bits. You're going to have to study torts, you're going to have to look at contracts before you can get to those subjects that really interest our community. And also there's a perception that commercial law doesn't interest our community, and that we can't benefit our own organisations through that, and that the only path for Indigenous lawyers is social justice and criminal law, and that's just a really awful myth to dispel. That there are places like Allen's who are willing to help with, I entered this cadetship, internship, with the perception that I was going to find it really boring and that it was not going to interest me at all. And it's really challenged my perceptions of what I thought commercial law was, and you realise, you can do some pro bono work and it's really exciting stuff, and that commercial law is a lot juicier than it looks. I've been working on a lot of pro bono matters with the Homeless Persons Legal Service down in Surrey Hills. That was really intriguing. It was also very confronting. But I've been also on some other litigation matters which I found really exciting, and going to court was one of the great highlights of that. Not everyone's wearing suits.
Anything else?
Also that everyone here is really friendly, and I found the people I share my office with and the people who supervised me were all willing to help, and I thought I was going to be doing this all myself. It was a very independent work, but really it's such a networked community, and if I'm having difficulty you can always pass it on to someone else and exchange things, and it's an overwhelmingly positive kind of community attitude to have within the corporation. Prepare for it, because it wasn't easy. It was definitely hard, but at 15, just prepare yourself, go to law school, apply for it. And there's certainly, I think one of the greatest barriers to Indigenous people getting into programs like this is actually applying for it. Many people have the perception that they're not good enough or they're not going to get in, and you never know until you're in the game whether or not you're applicable for it. So I would definitely recommend to everyone apply for every opportunity you can. It's been really affirming. I entered this internship thinking I wasn't going to practice law, and that my law degree was just going to be tacked on to the end of my arts degree. And I've left feeling very accomplished in that I've survived 2 weeks not practicing law, but at a legal practice, and I enjoyed most of it. So I was really happy with that, and it was very affirming. It definitely encouraged me to keep going studying law.
I'm a member